Hold up.
I'm Marquise.
Hey yo, you good?
Hold up.
Hey yo, you good?
Hold up.
Hey yo, you good?
Hold up.
I'm Marquise. Yes, you boy.
All right. So Saturday is 420. I wanted to get that in before. And I hate it when the holidays like the day before because you never want to come like after the holiday. But I don't know. It's whatever. All right. Welcome to Bad Science Sunday, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. I do want to start off by giving a little bit of I guess, an apology for last week. I will take full responsibility for Blessed Be He. I didn't know that she was wilding out quite to the extent that she was. I thought she was just being her normal self. Again, we do not allow proselytizing in the chat. And I've asked the mods to be on extra special alert in case she pops up. Um, it's an automatic timeout, and if she wants to do it more than once, then we'll kick her for the rest of the stream. But again, I don't I don't want to take up too much time here. I don't want to boot her or P-Town. I really do think that they're just silly, and they're being surrounded by a bunch of people, and well, an echo chamber, and hearing the same thing. And the only way to get out of that is to hear something different. And it really, I really want to go into a rant. I'm not going to go into a rant because my internet's acting up. But the way we get people out of bad thinking is to talk to them.
Right.
Niddy, I really wish you could tape your the conversations you have, because I have so much respect for you just going out there and having genuine conversations with people. Because I think that a lot of people listen to people say, "Oh, you can't change them," and I'm like, no. What they mean is you can't change them. Because it takes a mindset. It takes a lot of patience. If you walk into a conversation thinking, oh, well, I'm going to spit a bunch of facts at them and they're going to change their mind. And if they don't, they're just stupid and they don't want to change. Like that's not how people work. Like we actually do have research, studies, like for decades about, what gets people into cults, what gets people out of cults, what changes minds. And it's always talking to them. So I'm not going to give up on them until they get like a tangible level of toxic. But again, I'm also not going to let either of them come in here with, the trans bullshit or, threatening hellfire. They get the same considerations as everyone else. They're just a little more obnoxious than everybody else. And I'm a little more obnoxious than everybody else. So glass houses. But Niddy, I can't imagine there's anybody here that doesn't know who you are. So why don't you?
Oh, there's plenty. I'm just kidding. The early birds all know who I am. Let's put it that way. So,
I've never met you before. No
oh
idea
my
who you
God, no!
Yeah.
I'm Niddy. I put on a show, and that's what I need to call it. I don't demand that any of you take me extremely seriously, though I do have serious conversations, and I am cordial. I'm an atheist. I run an atheist YouTube channel. It started out as a critique of my former church, which had culty and abusive practices. Now I just have recognized the problems with my former faith that enabled that church to be what it was. And so now I respond to what I think are bad ideas overall. So last night we talked about how these supposed objective morals from a god don't exist. And the evidence is abundant for, from God believers to show you that that's just not true. No matter how much you want to bitch and moan that you think they are, I'm sorry, they just don't. And I could go on a tirade about it. But anyway, uh, I do have a fun story to tell, Maya, speaking
Yay.
about conversations I've had in public. So I was just trying to have a beautiful, wonderful day, and I was going to take my kids to the park after a trip to Walmart because I was feeling budgety to get my kids a shelf. And we're in the toy aisle and we're just walking through aisle by aisle. And wouldn't you know it, this guy in a flannel button down shirt with prim, proper pants and a belt on introduces himself and says, "Hey, I know you're with your kids, but you wouldn't happen to want to visit the World Church of God today, would you?" And I said, "Are you kidding me right now?" I'm like, "Well, these lovely children here, their mother is Christian and they go to church, and I'm an atheist activist. So this isn't going to work out too well for you." And he's like, "Oh, really? Why is that?" And I'm like, "Well, like, I am not convinced that any form of Christianity or God exists. So, you know." And he's like, "Why is that?" And so I went into a myth vision esque quick explanation of why the New Testament has problems, what they are, how it's mimetic, and all this stuff. And then, what did I do? Uh, I told him I deconverted not long ago, and then I told him, "Look, I get it. You might think that you are going to help me choose to believe that this is true, but you know what? I don't think anyone can believe anything other than what they're convinced of. Period. Like, and it's going to take a lot to convince me to go to your church and believe that a God like yours exists, right?" And I was like, "Here's an example. Here's an example. You ready?" I'm looking at him, um, straight in the eye. I'm like, "All right, convince me these kids don't exist, because I believe they're there right now, and you probably do too. Could I convince you these kids are not here?" Right? He's like, "I don't know. I don't think so." All right. I'm like, "Great. Can you believe right now I'm a purple unicorn? What would convince you that I'm a purple unicorn?" And he's like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Exactly." And so we talked for a little while. The conversation ended well. He went his own way and I went mine. And my kids were great. They, wanted my attention and stuff. They were throwing every single Pokemon stuffy they could find into the shopping cart to hope I wouldn't notice or something. And then they were playing babies with them. And then I said, because they were so good, they can get some little ridiculous treat. And that's what we did. That was my morning. Totally
Wait,
unexpected.
that
But
was today?
yeah,
Oh my
it
God.
was beautiful.
I
Oh
want to
my
point
God.
out. I want to point out that you never answered the guy's question. The question was, "Would you like to come to my church right now?" And the answer to that question, as far as I can tell, is
This
technically
isn't going to
yes.
work.
It's not going to work, but you still wanted to, didn't you?
I guess, yeah.
That would have
Everyone
been
else would
fun.
have had a bad time.
But everybody likes watching
My
a
kids
train wreck.
included.
you
Hold
probably
on.
you probably didn't want to go there with your kids, but if you hadn't been with
Yeah.
your kids,
Oh,
Wait, you
fuck yeah,
said,
I would have
yeah,
went.
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, oh yeah.
wait, you said hold on. What's going
So,
on?
yeah, Blessed Be He said a comment, and I get it. But it
Which
was
one?
directed at me, and fuck it, I'll answer it.
Oh, the
Uh,
one tight and diluted. I'm
why do you
sorry.
claim that you talk to Christians when you block them in your chat? I will block you
Alright.
if you're being absolutely absurd and can't show that you're listening, or you're just not learning anything here, or you don't want to meaningfully contribute to the topic, or if you're saying bigoted and hateful things to any of my panelists or my calling guests or whatever, or me, if you accuse me of some heinous thing I haven't done, or call me a form of sexuality that I am not, you're going to get banned. Um, or you spam. I don't care what you believe. You spam, you're gone. So there you go. Those are my only rules, and they're not hard.
Yeah. Real quick, Amber, thank you for the raid and welcome, welcome. And I know that you and Al have to get up very early, so good night, go to bed. But yeah, again, blessed be He. We're happy if you want to come in, sit down, and contribute. Join in with the chat, have fun, show that you're not a crazy person. But I do have to give her props for in Bree's chat yesterday. I think I called her an annoying bitch, and she thanked me for always being nice.
Wow. Well, there you go.
So I talked to her.
There you go.
All right. Oh, fuck. You know what? I didn't have time to play with, my internet was bad. I didn't have time to play with all this shit. So I got to get Niddy into it is, but nobody can see you. So we've got to. Wait, why are you not in
Do I need to dance? I can dance.
No, you don't need to dance. Hey, why don't you do the thing?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Are we're doing the short vid first, right?
We're doing the short one first, yeah. Unless you guys want to do the other one first, but today
they should be able to see Niddy.
I have no idea.
You know what? I put him in as a guest.
Terrible.
All right.
Damn it.
Here we go.
We are covering a video on the absolutely not pointless topic of biblical aliens, chat. Okay, now aliens...
They're so welcome.
Aliens are absolutely 100% real. We've got our channel today is Yomikez.
Sure.
I don't know. And they've got an astonishing 644,000 subscribers, and this video has 189,000 views. So that's not ideal, chat. It's not ideal.
I know. I don't have nearly that many thumbs up. So get to pushing.
But yeah, I mean, July 26th. That's my dad's birthday.
Have you met with people with direct knowledge or have direct knowledge yourself of non-human origin craft?
Yes. Congress officially announced that we are not alone in the universe.
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people.
I don't think that's what Congress did.
Yeah, no, I feel like Congress had a hearing with a guy who said a bunch of stuff that was not particularly well substantiated.
That's what I got out of it. I don't remember walking away from that thinking aliens are definitely real.
Well, Maya, did you even look at what's on the screen right now?
Oh, yeah, dots in the sky.
I mean,
silly me.
This is basically like that alien in Empire Strikes Back that's like zooming over Hoth, right? I mean, the background is white. Same thing.
Indeed.
We are about to unveil something huge. Everything we thought we knew about us, the world, our past, is about to get utterly decimated.
Okay, hold on. How on earth does information about aliens, which are not explicitly not us, our world, or our past,
right?
How does everything we know about us, our world, and our past?
Wait, tap. It does change the past. So if you read the book of Ezekiel, okay, chapters 1 and 2, when you learn that aliens are real, you all of a sudden do bong hit theology, as Jimmy Snow would put it. And
bong hit theology. That's funny.
And then you go back and you read it and you say, oh, the God of the universe was using aliens to tell Ezekiel the amazing prophecies and give a vision of how awesome he is with the angelic faces coming out of crotches and the other sides of heads with eagle wings and eyeballs everywhere. That's what it
not
says.
gonna lie. I've done a lot of bong hits. I've never had that response.
Oh, damn.
So, can I get a bong off you sometime? 'Cause that sounds good.
Congress officially announced the existence of aliens.
They
Do you
did.
believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
And it turns out,
I guess human or non-human biologics.
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the
the
program.
government
My friend totally has classified clearance, and he said this thing. Just because you're saying that in front of Congress doesn't
I
make
know,
it that much more
right?
convincing. I'm not gonna lie. It makes it a little bit more convincing, but not much. Okay, Ted Cruz is in Congress.
Oh God. Poor Bob.
has known about it for years.
See, hold on.
Hard right turn here.
Why are they always the Greys? Like, why are we scared of the Greys? Why can't they be these like balloon-headed, purples, or like green? Well, green's overdone. How about rainbow? Like, why can't they look like Lisa the Rainbow Giraffe, but with extra little, 70s antennae? You know what I mean? Like,
I
why are we
think
scared of
everybody
them?
knows that aliens are gray and they have big eyes and tiny little bodies and they look like this. So if you do something that does not look like this, then it couldn't possibly be an alien because
Also, to be
Damn it.
clear-
You're right.
This alien right here is brown.
no.
Or
He's
like
been underground. Like clearly they
Yeah,
dug
that's a
him
dead
up.
alien.
He was discovered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, also, if they go into detail about this particular cadaver from who knows where, that is basically something from, I think, Brazil that they've basically debunked. Like, this is just a complete junk thing that gets trotted out like the Shroud of Turin, but for aliens.
Well, if the Shroud of Turin proves Jesus, then this clearly
Proves
aliens.
aliens.
Do you think there's life on other planets?
Well, definitely not.
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 Well, what leads you to say that? Scientific investigation or?
The Bible never
Who was that guy?
mentions anything like aliens, so we Christians are inclined to believe that there is just no such thing as life outside of Earth. But the only problem with this kind of thinking is that you're completely forgetting about angels.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, look
I
at
do
this.
love that he's trying to like bring the Ezekiel aliens like to life. Is people always think it's like it's got to be blonde hair and blue eyes with a halo.
Yeah.
His name is Michael.
I had a wet dream to that thing.
To this thing,
Somebody named Michael. I'm right here, baby. How's it going?
Both.
You have some weird taste, not gonna lie.
We Christians believe in these.
don't yuck
What
his
I-
young.
I'm not
What-
trying
what-
to. Yeah, okay.
When I read the Bible, it awakens something in me.
Divine beings of light with far superior knowledge and technology. So in some capacity, I'd say we do actually believe in extraterrestrials.
A whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
It's just that we don't think they're alien to this world. You see, for thousands of years, humanity has been obsessed with these beings of light. We know them to
I feel like you're assuming facts, not in evidence here.
Also, why? Okay, let's take on. I know there's evangelicals who think if the government tries to trot out aliens as a thing, that it's literally the devil trying to deceive people to think that humans aren't special, right? That these are all
God
same.
forbid.
It's like, how people are like 9/11 conspiracies. This is evangelical 9/11 basically.
Okay.
Like, as soon as aliens enter the picture, it's Satan trying to legitimize demonic forces existing outside of our planet, or something of the kind, right? It's a grand deception to make us believe that there's sentient life in the universe that's intelligent but not made by God. So it's this elaborate ploy by Satan to deceive people into believing this lie about the universe and therefore lead them away from the faith.
Actually, so BBH is saying that
Tab.
yeah, the angel with the eyeballs is gross, but it's actually
Sorry.
how they're depicted in the Bible.
Do we
I
need
can't
to
remember.
pull Ezekiel for everyone?
I was
I
going to
think the
ask
answer to
you
that
if
is
you knew
clear.
which, yeah, exactly which verse it was, because
Hold
I'm
on.
not reading the whole of Ezekiel to get to that
No,
image,
no.
but yeah, there are levels of angels, and they're all depicted differently. And I remember
Okay.
one is like, you have the one with the four heads, and the other one with the eyes that spin around, and it gets
It all right. It's you want Ezekiel 1:10-17.
oh, for fuck's sake, this is a lot of reading.
Got it. The faces looked like this. Each of the four had the face of a man, and on the right side, each had the face of a lion, and on the left, the face of an ox. Each also had the face of an eagle. Such were their faces. Their wings were spread outward. Each had two wings, each one touching the wing of another creature on either side, and two wings covering its body. Each one went straight ahead. Wherever the spirit would go, they would go, without turning as they went. The appearance of the living creatures was like burning coals of fire or torches. Fire moved back and forth among the creatures. It was bright, and lightning flashed out of it. The creatures sped back and forth like flashes of lightning.
That's an angel. That is an angel, as
Oh, it
described in
gets
the Bible.
better. It gets
Oh yeah,
better.
yeah.
As I looked
can't.
at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the ground beside each creature with its four faces. This was the appearance of the structure of the wheels. They sparkled like topaz, and all the four looked alike. Each appeared to be made like a wheel, intersecting a wheel. As they moved, they would go in any one of the four directions the creatures face. The wheels did not change direction as they went. Their rims were high and awesome, and all four rims, them rims, were full of eyes all around.
Yeah.
Oh, now, quick question.
Mhm.
Do you think these angels were clothed or naked?
Naked.
Naked. So that's why two of their wings are over their bodies, to hide their massive angelic genitalia.
Obviously.
All right.
With far superior knowledge and technology. So in some capacity, I'd say we do actually believe in extraterrestrials.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
It's just that we don't think they're alien to this world. You see, for thousands of years, humanity has been obsessed with these beings of light. We know them to be angels, but through hundreds of cultures, they've...
Are there any beings of light that you guys are obsessed with?
My kids? Oh wait, that's not the right kind of light. They're the light of my life, but that not this kind. Nope.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Like Green Lantern, if he existed, maybe. But I don't think he exists.
Oh wait, Human Torch. I guess that's pretty good, right?
Okay, so spontaneous combustion being a thing does not mean the Human Torch is real.
Oh. What about
Yeah.
Spectrum? She manipulates light.
Fake news. Besides, we can't get into that topic right now. We have a whole other video to talk about
Damn
spectrums
it.
and vibrations.
He's not wrong.
gone by many, many different names. Now, there are beings with vehicles of light coming down to Earth today. And on July 26, 2023, we've decided to call them aliens.
That guy never said the word aliens.
He did not.
The first ever photo of a UFO was taken in 1870 in New Hampshire.
I am unconvinced this is a photo of anything.
Wait, hold on. Someone in the chat says the Bible says angels are neither male nor female. You have to explain to me then how they get monikers like Michael and Gabriel, which are engendered names. Also, it only says that they won't marry or be given in marriage. It doesn't say that they don't possess genders or other morphological features. All right, continue.
Hampshire. It was this cigar-shaped
This is a random log in the sky. And I think this doesn't look like a cloud. Okay, this is supposed to be a photo of a cloud, I assume. Like, what else could it possibly be? And that doesn't look like... This looks like a weird painting. My point is that this looks shopped. I can tell from some of the pixels and having seen quite a few shops in my time.
I mean, if you're alive in 2024, I mean, I think it's pretty like obvious. But yeah.
object just floating in the sky. And when people saw this photo, it absolutely blew their minds.
Not a video of a guy's mind being blown.
You see, in the 1800s, there was this great rise of science fiction literature. Guys like Jules Verne and H.G. Wells would end up popularizing this idea of alien civilizations and interplanetary travel. So when a person saw a photo like this in 1870, having read a Jules Verne book, I bet you the first thing they think about is aliens.
I mean, maybe. What's your point? The first thing they think about is also probably like, that was a good book. You know?
Right.
like the first, if I see an object on the ground that looks exactly like a prop wand, the first thing I'm going to think about is Harry Potter and be sad about J.K. Rowling's descent into madness. That doesn't mean I think that Hogwarts is real.
Also, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, this is my point.
The thing is, as human understanding developed over time, early astronomers like Giordano Bruno would start theorizing about life on other planets. Modern science paired with science fiction would create this new context for these beings of light. You see, these theories would completely capture the public's imagination. Ultimately, it led us to believe that these beings were completely capture the public's imagination.
How dare you use the iconic... That's Smashing Pumpkins' video, right? Tonight.
This right here?
Yeah.
Well, this is actually one of the very first like pieces of cinema that became popular.
Oh, okay.
This would be a still from that, so they would have used that in their video, because that would have been even back then in the public domain. But I don't know if this guy is like paying attention to the operative words in science fiction, which one of them is fiction. It's an important word.
Ultimately, it led us to believe that these beings were our planetary neighbors.
It led you to believe that, my guy.
Right.
You know, the classic alien.
Who believed in this?
Here we go.
I think UFOs are associated with fallen angels and fallen angel technology.
Well, they does it. Then they totally are. He thinks it. So,
yeah, the power of a recorded phone interview where it's just a video of one of the participants.
Oh, it's tantamount to
this is so scholarly.
Yeah, tantamount to peer-reviewed journal article. I mean,
basically.
Also, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Fallen angels have however much power, right? Which,
1.21 gigawatts.
What are they called? Demons. And they can repilot people. They can make them insanely strong. They can travel through space-time at a whim. And they need a fucking spaceship for what? For what? Does hell like have a spaceport that says, Satan here, Demon 467, you are not cleared to go. You are not cleared to go. Please stay in hell. Please stay in hell. 467, get back in hell.
Well, I mean, probably, right? Like they have to. Satan had to redevelop all of this technology from scratch after he was booted out of heaven, didn't he? So, I mean, that's expensive. Do you know how much an F-16 costs when you have to make it in the bowels of hell? A lot.
I don't know. Is it going to be cheaper than a Boeing or not?
Well, I mean, the expense isn't so much an issue. Do you want to live on your way there? Then probably you don't want to get a Boeing. They've really gone downhill.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, the wheels within wheels in the book of Ezekiel.
It's quite funny because one of the first ever UFOs recorded are literally in Ezekiel, the Bible. In this book, Ezekiel is trying to explain what he is seeing, and what he is seeing is unidentified flying objects. You see one...
That's a guy on a chair. That's not unidentified. It's a guy on a chair. What is confusing about this?
Or it's a four-headed creature that we... Yeah, see, these are all animals we've seen before.
Yeah, yes. Is it weird? Yeah, but I am not at a loss for words when I'm talking about that thing.
Right. I mean, even you, 2,000, 3,000 years ago would, yes, guy in a chair.
Yeah.
There's a guy.
It's guy.
In the chair, in the sky.
Wait, what's on that paper from the hand? That's a new one. Oh, that's the scroll I think he's supposed to eat.
Oh, right.
Or is that Isaiah?
It's the Bible.
Dude, for all we know,
it's the hand of God delivering the Bible to man.
It's the deed for the Brooklyn Bridge. That's what he's selling him.
Day, this huge storm forms out of nowhere, and as Ezekiel looks...
That actually is kind of how storms, sort of form sometimes, seemingly. They sort of just go and erupt out of a nucleation of a low-pressure area in the sky. Therefore, God.
Into the distance, he notices this light emanating from the clouds. These four beings would then emerge out of this storm with what looked like wheels touching the ground besides them. The wheels were covered in eyes, and everywhere these beings went, the wheels would follow. You see, this spectacle was God's glory manifest, and Ezekiel...
Wait, so the fallen angels have technology, which makes them the bad aliens, but also this thing Ezekiel is seeing is divine and good. So, how do we tell the difference between the bad UFOs and the presence of God, right?
By accepting everything that this guy says is fact.
Just having an orgasm.
Maybe. I saw the eyes. Look at that slit. It's looking at me.
Besides them, the wheels were covered in eyes, and everywhere these beings went...
Oh man, it was just looking right at us for a moment there. It's not now, but there it is. Oh, look at that. Staring into our soul.
Beings went, the wheels would follow. You see, this spectacle was God's glory manifest, and Ezekiel knew this because humans could have never done anything like that at...
Well, certainly not with that attitude.
The time. Today, this is viewed as one of the earliest UFO documentations ever. But 2,500 years ago, they knew exactly the earliest UFO...
That's not what it claims.
Somebody spent a lot of time with some AI video generator here because everything about this seems like AI. I could tell from some of the pixels and having seen a lot of AI in my time.
That's kind of crazy though.
Right?
Documentation.
If I had to take a stab, and this is just from knowing some of ancient biblical cosmology, and
if
just
you were
how
going to stab this thing, you're going to get a critical hit because it's eyes everywhere.
Right? Yeah. Now that made me think of something else. Squirrel. But no. Okay. So what you want to do when you read a passage like that is not think, "Oh, aliens, inexplicable creature." Ooh, ah! You need to think about why are these particular numbers here? Why are these particular faces here? Why these kinds of directions? Why circles? So you can't just, read it like Narnia and go, ooh, there was a lion with a sword in it. Wow. And there was an ice queen. Ooh. You have to look a step further in. So 4 was a number of wholeness, right? It was usually attributed to square things, solid shapes, and 3 is triangle, ooh, this thing is perfect structure, and 7 is the combination of them, and then they just splooge for that number. And so, and then the 4 is also the directions, right? It's going all these directions to represent that it's able to observe all of the known universe. That's why it has eyes everywhere. It's the omnivision that God provides, right? And that's the reason they're also always moving. It's that God can rove and look everywhere throughout all corners of creation, because it's a flat earth, and see everything, right? That's what's being said here. It has nothing to do with the, oh my goodness, these are crazy J.K. Rowling mystery creatures, everything's possible in the magical kingdom of God. No, there's a reason why this thing is constructed the way it is, even though it seems like a complete fucking acid trip to us. There you go.
That's interesting. I never really thought about it like that. I mean, not that the Bible explicitly says that.
And wrong. A scholar can, bitch at me and say, "Hey."
No, it makes sense though. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And I'm not saying you pulled that out of your ass. I'm just saying, the Bible takes a lot of liberties with, creativity and
reality.
I don't think so though. I think a lot of the things that the Bible does is it's like plays on words and not metaphors, but like
allegory.
Allegory, yeah, is one of the words I'm thinking of.
Symbolism.
It's like the as above, so below kind of thing, where you're playing with words and describing things. It's not that it's literally this. It's to it's right.
It's a trope,
kind of a mellifluous way of explaining, how God is omnipresent, or how
exactly.
Like
And it seems completely trippy and ridiculous to us. But this is not Niddy the atheist interpretation. This is what Niddy thought when he was a Christian about this passage. It was a way for me to understand what God was trying to communicate by allowing Ezekiel to observe something like this. What could the meaning of this be? It's not up today, like God's taking a shit and he's like, you know what I'm gonna do to one of my prophets today? Oh buddy, he's in for a ride and I'm gonna make sure he's gonna write it down.
Ever. But 2,500 years ago, they knew exactly what these were.
These beings are not extraterrestrial. They don't sit in a metal spaceship and fly for thousands of light years just sitting there. They're actually extra dimensional.
Now, of course, people of that era didn't have an understanding of modern technology. They didn't understand aircrafts or space travel. So when faced with an extraordinary event like this, he would use words like sapphires and thrones to describe what he is seeing. I mean, how else would a person who lived 2,000 years ago describe a UFO? Even in the...
They are not describing a UFO. They're describing things in the heavens that correlate to some part of their ideas of God or that realm, right? This is an anachronistic interpretation. Where we read back into the text what is never there. We do it with marriage, right? Oh, Adam and Eve that leave the mother and father and become united to his woman, right? We read marriage back into it. It's not there. It doesn't exist. And they're doing the same thing with aliens.
Yep.
But okay, so this is part of why Dr. Tapioca Weasel's getting kicked out of EV Mux. He has the ability to write something like he's as if I said it.
Sorry.
I would never poo-poo a good magnet joke. And this is how you know this is me. This is not me.
It wasn't poo-pooing. It was a statement of fact. I'm a fragile person with a fragile psyche, Maya. You know this better than anyone.
If y'all keep trolling the weasel, he is going to go postal. I mean,
it's a true statement.
I mean, I gotta just kick him, and me and Niddy will finish out the show. It's totally fine.
The Book of Elijah.
Keep trolling the weasel.
Mom doesn't like me.
Read about this chariot of fire which appears out of nowhere and carries Elijah up to heaven. It explains how this chariot had these horses of fire. You see, the language this author uses is most likely the language he would have used in his daily life. He was thinking in terms of chariots and horses of fire. But I truly
That's better. That's better. Go on.
Speculate that what Elijah thought were fiery horses could have potentially been some kind of propellant for this chariot. And this chariot could have been some kind of vehicle which was propelled by this fiery source. I mean, this chariot, by today's standards, would just be a simple rocket. It is.
Call Elon. He needs to get the fire horses out. No, he was so close to just shutting the fuck up and getting it right. Right? Oh, Ezekiel was using the language of his time. Yes. So I speculate. God.
Yeah, like,
damn.
Yes. But the other thing is, I simply don't think that. I don't think this was a description that is intended to give you an actual literal picture.
No.
Even using the language of your time to try and be like that, if you were describing a rocket, you would say it is a pillar of shiny stone that had a great fire erupt out from underneath it.
I'll tell you how you
up.
would. I'll tell you how they would have described it. Are you ready? And behold, I saw above me a great throbbing shaft, beaming its way and pulsing hard through the heavens.
We're a mature show here.
And from its tip, it erupted.
Such a wholesome family show.
So the white discharge at the tip is that's the sound barrier being broken, just for the record.
Oh, right. Yes.
Okay, all of this has a solid, rational, physical explanation, I swear.
It's very, very important.
I am a doctor, you know.
Important to note that a UFO and this chariot of fire do the exact same thing.
No!
They don't exist. But
not existing.
LA-based investigative filmmaker Jeremy Corbell recently released this video taken by the Navy, showing what he describes as pyramid-shaped UFOs.
They're usually shrouded in this brilliant light.
The Pentagon has since confirmed that the
like
video
a lens
is
flare.
Yeah.
Go on.
authentic.
And although these main UFO characteristics...
I mean, the Pentagon said it was authentic. We have the voice on the screen that said so.
match our biblical thrones and chariots, there is still something that doesn't add up. See, one of the most famous UFO sightings was in 1947 by this pilot named Kenneth Arnold. As he was flying one day, he notices these 9 crescent-shaped objects hovering at insane speeds. He quickly realizes these were non-human crafts, and from that day he would coin the term flying saucer.
He quickly realized. How? What were the method? What's the method that he used? I don't understand.
Well, if I were to try and demonstrate that, I would try and get measurements from several different vantage points with references that allow me to determine in multiple different methods exactly where the object actually is in relation to the thing that is taking the picture. And then I would use that to try and reconstruct a path. I think this guy was just like, I think that looked like aliens. So it's not ideal.
I mean, it was just obvious, duh. Aliens.
Yeah. But, I mean, let him cook.
But this right here is what doesn't really add up.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You see, the Bible mentions all kinds of angels and thrones, but it never once mentions anything crescent or saucer-shaped like we see today.
Okay.
Well, you have to remember that there are 2 groups of angels.
Oh, fuck.
On one end, we have our heavenly angels.
We have the heavenly angels and the saucer flying angels. I don't understand. It'll be interesting to see where he goes with that.
Right?
Like the ones Ezekiel and Elijah would have seen. But on the other hand, we have our fallen angels, the ones who rebelled against God.
But they didn't have
these fallen
saucers?
angels.
Yeah.
And they jumped into a flying saucers and started roaming around to.
Well,
freaking
they
out
did
the
have
people.
keys. So on their way out, they stole this handbag here. You see how it's holding the handbag?
Oh,
And
yeah,
there
we
were
talked
keys in
about
the
that
handbag.
was it
Yeah,
last week or the week before? I
yeah.
remember that. That's how you
It's
know they're aliens. And they also built the pyramids.
also
Damn
light bulbs.
demons.
Yeah.
Were in heaven once upon a time. These guys had known the very details that took place in heaven. So these fallen angels were already
Can
aware.
we get some of those details? I would love some of those details.
Any would be awesome.
Yeah, right?
Of these vehicles. These guys probably even operated them a very long time ago, but this was before they got cast out. You see, I suspect Satan now had to resort to another way of travel. After getting locked out of heaven,
Okay, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. So, this guy does not read the Bible. What he did was he Googled Bible UFO shit and then made a video making these connections, right? Which he's probably heard on the fucking History Channel.
Reliable source.
Next, to make the conjecture that Satan had to come up with another way to travel. Let's think about, from an ex-Christian here, let's think about, again, what does Satan need with a spaceship? Okay, let's just give the Christians that Satan is all the bad, serpents, agent in the entire set of Hebrew and Christian scriptures. Okay, first of all, Satan's able to, how the fuck do we know? Get in a snake, and the snake had legs. Doesn't matter how, Satan could just do that. What else could Satan do? Arbitrarily pick people to possess. Where? All around the world. Does he need a spaceship for that shit? No, he takes over the Gundam robot suit that is our meat sack and just does it. What else can he do? Well, he can allow his agents to do what now? Need a spaceship to go into from a person to a herd of pigs? No, they just do it. They can. What do they just go through magical ether space in their spaceship between these things? Like Jesus goes, "Hey, demons. Yeah, I know you could just go back to hell with the father of lies who whispers into people's ears whenever he wants. I get it. He needs a spaceship to talk directly to someone to get them to masturbate. I completely understand. But look, you're going to take a pit stop in the pigs, and then I'm going to make sure you go to hell, okay? And if you forget your spaceship in between there, don't tell my disciples, okay? Just do it." There you go.
On point, 100%. Every
Right?
bit.
Yeah.
these Ophanim, these wheels
But okay, I gotta say, this is a great shot though, right here, just visually.
way of travel. After getting locked out of heaven,
I like
these Ophanim, these wheels within wheels, would no longer be accessible to him. So my theory is simply that he created an alternative.
Satan lost the technology, so he remade the technology, you guys. That's what's happening.
Vehicle that can travel at lightning speeds, that can materialize in and out of physical reality.
All right, so I do want to thank Left-Handed Jedi for gifting us 10 more cult members. Woo!
Woo!
And I think those went to, I cannot pronounce this word, something Kennedy, Jason Hyatt, nope. The Trusty Ape, John Fapiano, Papu, Tikas, I Killed Earl. Welcome to the cult, or welcome back to the cult, and thank you, Left-Handed Jedi. What do you call it? If Niddy and Jedi has what do you call it? What do you call these things? Emojis.
I have no idea.
So please enjoy your tapioca weasels, your Jedis, and your Niddies.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Type of spaceship that we now call UFOs. At this point, it is all speculation.
That's why we should never watch your shit again.
Yeah, I mean, we do this to ourselves.
And
this week to you. Although you provided the video, so you know what?
Do not have
I know,
all the
I know.
answers. But what I can leave you with is rather a question. If you were the devil and you wanted to bring us all down to hell, what would you do? What would you say?
And I had access and was.
I would jump in a flying saucer and scare the shit out of like stupid people. Yeah, that's definitely what I would do if I were the devil.
Is there any way we can turn that into a poll for the audience? I guess we need to provide options. Join the weasel.
No. You guys can all just let us know if you were the devil, what would you do? This is going to bring some interesting answers.
Was permitted to view and
I really want to know Chat's answer to this question.
Look at the operation of this main level.
Sorry. Definitely like to give a shout out and much love to Fern Love Bond. Can't talk today. I blame the wine. Who gifted us 10 more cult members. To James Duncan, Teresa Anspa. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Stephen Walsh. Lady V. Tavora, Gretchen Beach, Robert Madewell, Jay Patrick, can't remember how he pronounces his name, and Jarl, Mage Grey Wolf, Andy Dykes. I like Andy Dix. Mark Reed, thank you for gifting us 10 tapioca weasels.
Back to the early 2000s with us, eh?
I know. Even 10 more cult members, and I cannot pronounce any of these names.
So, by the way,
but thank
Bob
you.
Lazar.
Welcome to the cult. Please enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties, and your Jedis. Sorry, go ahead.
Bob Lazar is one of the most criticized and said to be con men on this very subject. So there you go.
Gravity amplifiers. So it's the reactor here.
Gravity amplifiers. I don't know.
Wouldn't that make you fall down rather than go up?
Well, because it's on their spaceship, and it's how they like walk around. Is they use the gravity amplifiers under the floorboards, and that would be awesome. Maybe it's possible, but there's literally no evidence for that. But
wouldn't you want a gravity? What's the opposite of amplify? Reducer?
Dampers.
Damper. Yeah. Gravity dampers. Captain, the gravity dampers are damaged.
Those are the inertial dampers. Those are the things that allow them to suddenly go from like 9 times the speed of light to like a stop, basically instantly, without everybody being turned into very, very exotic subatomic particles on the other side.
Powering the gravity amplifiers, output goes into the gravity emitters at the bottom. The resulting gravity can be pretty much put anywhere you want to.
I know of multiple colleagues of mine that got
What?
I didn't know gravity went through pipes like my poop through plumbing. Like we just took some and put it over here. That's how it works, Tap, right?
You just beam the gravity. Yeah, no. That's not how it works. No. The gravitational force on an object is a very simple sum of its force from all the other objects in the universe, which is just the 1 over r squared and then in the direction of the thing. It's not hard. I mean, getting an answer... Sorry.
Physically injured. By UAPs or by people within the federal government?
Both.
So there has been activity by alien, non-human technology that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics.
I'll bet you can't.
You know what? I missed one.
Wait. What?
Wait. I have to talk about this. Kentucky atheist became a cult member, so he paid for his own cult membership. We do appreciate that. Welcome to the cult. We really appreciate your support. I'm sorry, Niddy, I cut you off.
It's a loving environment.
No, go ahead. Play on.
I mean, I think it's
that has
about
caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics.
We're done.
One
He can't get
down.
into the specifics, you guys.
Well, I'm thoroughly convinced of
alien.
aliens, and as I've been telling all of you people that obviously it, yeah, it was aliens, and
It was
Niddy brought the
absolutely
proof.
Well, here's the thing that video has done to me now. It's that, or sorry, or my biggest gripe now with it is that by what they've stated, it's impossible to tell the difference between a God approved alien and a Satan's demonic constructed, because he needs that manifestation. Are the eyeballs and the wacky wheel shapes with horse like propulsion Satan, or are they God? We don't know, right? Like
It's in the Bible, though.
right.
Yeah.
Oh no, where am I again?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh
yes.
yeah.
All right. I think I'm here, but I'm getting
a
what
low.
you call it's about my
Yeah.
camera having a low FPS. So I'm
All right.
hoping I don't know. The stream's going, so
All right, sweet.
as long as Tap's here, you guys should be able to still continue the show if
Cool.
something happens. I'm just gonna.
So
all right, go on.
This is a change of topic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These two videos are very different, and this one got to me, you guys. It got to me.
All right, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to steel man the Woo community here, just to play devil's advocate. But
let's do it.
Yeah. What who do we have here?
We got 292,000 subscribers with 27K views. So not as bad as the previous one. DNA Awakening. That's horrifying. I don't know what that means. Probably it means that Bill Gates has somehow activated his microchip inside my body.
Well, clearly.
Basically. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this over with.
The universe is fundamentally made of pure energy. This energy is constantly moving, oscillating, and vibrating at different speeds. The universe speaks to you through a vibrational frequency.
Oh, okay. So
that's how vocalization works, though, right? We're just our mouth flaps and our throat gizzards are moving things in vibration.
Yeah, they like to.
That's just this video's vibrational frequency.
They like to take liberties with
my sanity,
scientific principles. But I mean, oh God.
What is the content?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
not sure. I mean, it's really hard to figure out what they mean by vibrational frequency, because a lot of times what they actually mean is waves.
Yeah. Does that mean my refrigerator's talking to me when it goes like that sound? Like,
so here's what they believe. Everything talks or speaks in its own way, and the vibrational frequency is its own way of speaking to you, which can be through, sound vibrations, or, telekinesis, or, resonating on the level of Mother Earth.
it is possible to steal, man, every individual point you make. It's just that the collective. Oh.
Yeah.
This energy vibrates and creates all things we are aware of and unaware of. All
Given the previous statements, that doesn't actually make it much worse. So I can deal with it, you know?
things in our environment vibrate, including solid objects, electricity, sound, radio waves, etc.
I can give you that. Basically everything that is like a thing that exists in physics basically can kind of, I don't know about time, but when you combine it with space, it will. Because
Right.
and space can vibrate, so that's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah,
The
I mean,
law
which
of
is, like I said, they take a lot of liberties with scientific principles, but they are having a poetic kind of way of talking about a lot of principles we see in physics and quantum
So
physics.
non-remarkable observations now become the woo.
Um, Scientific observations become God speaking to us.
Yeah, and they provide a certain baseline vocabulary that is used to describe things, because when you find the right way of putting it, there are very poetic, beautiful ways that you can describe, that you can apply wave patterns or whatever to things in your life, I'm sure.
Yeah, and you got to remember, like, most people don't study quantum mechanics for a living, or
I
have
know.
never gone to school. They don't understand. Like, if you
I
could
know.
show like a basic quantum mechanic, what do you call it? Equation would just like blow most people's mind, right?
Well, the problem is some of the basic quantum mechanics equations are the most like what they are describing. Like, if there is a direct evolution and interference of different things, you get frequencies all over the place when you talk about quantum mechanics. It's the most convenient way to do the math, is talking about frequencies all the time.
Yeah, but the
They
math
interfere.
is confusing to most people, so we got to talk about it and just the very basic things. At the basic component is energy and atoms vibrating along, and when you break things down to their most basic components, it then becomes easier to build them back up. Oddly.
It does. That's how physics do the thing.
Yeah.
Vibration states that the vibrational frequency in which you vibrate will attract the same vibration back to you.
Oh, God.
What are you attracting with your thought and feeling vibrations?
Okay, so the psych major in me is kind of coming to the forefront here.
That's fine. That, I mean, through that lens and not a physics lens, that's totally a fine place to start. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start here. So, like, you know, the colloquial term, like, vibe, like, you know, we're vibing, like, we're getting along, like, you know, like.
I used it earlier this evening.
There you go. Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily what she means, but it is. So, like, the energy that you put out is what you put back. So if you put out like an energy or a vibe that you are not trustworthy, you're going to turn off people who are not that, or, you know, people who abusers attract, you know, look for damaged people, or, you know, it's a bad way of phrasing what we do see, but people do put out an energy that other people will pick up on. And if you're like me,
yes,
you know, this is our quote unquote energies aligning. And again, it is, this is what she's talking about. It's just a
Yes,
bad way of
it is.
phrasing it.
It's not even this part that isn't even that bad a way of phrasing it. It's when you just randomly bring in quantum mechanics. This
Yeah,
is where I have the problem, Maya.
right.
I don't
Because
have
of
a
quantum
problem
mechanics.
with non-specific allusions to very hard to quantify feelings, like the complex way in which an individual fits in with society, which is very hard to quantify. I'm talking about quantum mechanics, it's a mathematical theory of physics, which is what you need for a theory of physics. Like, you can't do physics without math. Sorry, but you're doing what I sometimes do, and it's so interesting to watch you do it.
Well, again, I have a lot of friends that are, in the new age community. So, I mean, I don't know, but like and I kind of started the stream off this, the same way where I'm like, not apologizing for Blessed Be He, but just saying, like explaining why I allow her to stay. It's kind of the same thing where it's just like I'm trying to steel man. I don't believe she's a Poe. I believe she's just like severely misguided. And I call her stupid a lot, and I do appreciate her for putting up with me for saying that, because it's a very mean way of characterizing her. When I say stupid, I just mean people who don't think for themselves. They allow other people to dictate what their morals should be to them. I call this stupid. But it is very common, and things that we see a lot of Americans doing. Also, Friend Love Bond for $5 says, random woo words like energy and vibrations and the word quantum mechanics. Therefore, I am smart and correct. My courses cost $500 per day. Yes, give everybody, go to Fern's channel, give her $500 per day.
Dang,
Hold on.
yeah.
I agree.
Is that a realistic amount I could charge?
Yes. For Woo Talk? Yeah, of course.
Well, okay, we
How
might
long have you been here? This is you think these people are just pumping out YouTube videos? No. This is how they get you in. They draw you in, and then they go for the crunch. If you want to know more, if you want it to be tailored to you, I'll read my cards, or I'll do your charts, or you can take my course for the low cost of $500. A rip.
Yeah, but
Niddy, am I wrong?
No.
That seems, we might have to rethink the whole direction the show is going, is all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Vibration refers to the general energy or presence of something in a
That's not what vibration refers to. Just to point out that undeniable, very clear, probably non-controversial fact, that is not what vibration refers to.
spiritual sense. It can be the energy
You're darn right, Titan. Yeah, we're gonna make a book. It's gonna be great.
or presence of a person or a place or other things. Higher vibration is more spiritual, more advanced, more godlike than lower.
Oh my God.
Your vibration is a fancy way of describing.
Dr. Kip, we totally could have used you an hour ago. We were talking about Ezekiel.
Yeah.
And you were late. You were watching that stupid sports hockey thing. And you should have been here, man. You should have been here.
Help me, Kip. I'm dying. They're talking about
vibrational energy. We're gonna show you how to own yourself to the fifth dimension.
I don't know if they use the word chakra. I don't think they do, but they.
Not yet. Well, yeah. No. This is the Nikola Tesla vid.
Yeah. We'll
the
get
3,
there.
the 6, the 9.
Damn good time.
I'm saying.
State of being. Everything in the universe is made up of energy vibrating at different frequencies. Even things that looks.
Is the concept of envy made up of energy vibrating?
Envy?
The concept of envy.
Everything is energy and vibrations. Aren't you paying
What about
attention?
the number 2?
Well, the number 2 is composed of energy and it vibrates. Duh.
What about that which isn't?
It depends on which isn't, because you can vibrate things out of your existence.
I have no response.
Solid are made up of vibrational energy fields at the quantum level.
This is my problem, Maya.
What's your problem? I mean, well, you got to narrow that down. What's your problem at this moment?
Solid are made up of vibrational energy fields at the quantum level.
Do you understand my problem?
What was that wrong? Oh, come on.
He's gone. He's gone.
No,
What
I
have I
can't.
done?
I have
What
to
have I
walk
done?
away and bring my portable keyboard so that I can still play the video.
This includes you. From a scientific and metaphysical perspective, we are a being that is made up of different energy levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Each of these levels has a vibrational frequency, which combine to create
How do
the
I?
overall vibration.
How do we
of
measure
being.
spiritual vibration?
I broke my keyboard, you guys.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, you did.
No, oh my god, and I broke my monitor.
I keep telling you to stop throwing shit.
I didn't mean to throw shit that time. Nor like.
I want to know how we measure mental. I can kind of get it if you put like a bunch of electrodes all over the head. Like not that it would be like one discrete value, but okay, whatever. But how do you measure emotional vibration or of all things spiritual vibration? Does God have that one?
Well, they're separate, so obviously they could only be separate if they're vibrating different on different planes.
But okay. How do you get there?
Well, you got to meditate, and it's got to come to you.
Okay.
Then you got to charge $500.
I'm sorry. I'm having like kind of a crisis of technology right now. One of my monitors suddenly stopped working.
Oh no!
Hold on. I need to find, and it's my main monitor. So now the other two are reversed. So I gotta like find the thing.
How's your keyboard?
You operate from a high vibration.
My keyboard's
you deepen
fine.
your connection with.
Weirdly, my keyboard is fine. Normally, my keyboard goes down in situations like this.
Well, if they don't need to see my tits, they don't need to see your face. Like we can still like talk about the video.
Yeah.
Source energy. You begin to make a quantum leap of sorts into the very best version of yourself.
Wow. Doc, I'm going to need you to. I don't know how to explain that.
Wait.
So I'm going to need you to jump in.
I do need to say, hold on. Quantum Leap was a great show. The original one.
I've heard that. I've heard that said. But no, we're talking about quantum leaps and your body into the spiritual plane. And Doc's going to explain how that can happen because he's science dude.
What did I do, God? Why? So a quantum leap is the thing that happens when you transfer from one energy state, which is typically characterized by a vibrational frequency, God damn it, to another one. Hell, okay, you know what? It's magnets. Magnets did it.
Self, your mind, body, and spirit will begin to balance out in perfect harmony. And
well, okay, see, that was a sudden change of topic. That's not physics at all. I don't know what that means, but I can dig it.
Yeah, I'm at a loss. Niddy?
Sorry, I was having a memory about Scott Bakula and my mother saying, I want him to quantum leap into me.
Wow. That was awesome.
I was 8 years old. I didn't understand.
Oh my God.
Natural.
Sorry.
I can't believe you remembered that.
Hold on. What's this?
Feel amazing. Basically, your overall well-being will be enhanced. It's important to remember that the law of attraction is based on the concept that like attracts like. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are.
All right, so can we
Like
stop here?
energy attracts.
Wait, so Kanye is doing a great job? Like that's what's oh my. Oh my.
So, I mean, it again, she's explaining it badly. But I mean, you are going, I mean, it's
I'm scared.
like you are going to attract, like attracts like. I mean, you're going, there's just so many different ways. I haven't taken any of my ADHD meds today. So, like, she's saying this, and my brain's going to like 5 different things, and I'm trying to bring it all together. And I'm also trying to dumb it down. I don't want to use like big words, but yeah, you're going to attract similar people to you. Duh. And
well, Maya, this is biblical. I mean, in
right.
First Corinthians 15, in 1 Corinthians 15:33, it says, "Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character." So, I mean, if God said it, I mean, that's just more evidence that
was it
our
God
vibrations.
was it God or was it Paul though?
Well, no, the biblical authors were, they were manifesting themselves through these spiritual texts, which really were a glimpse into our
the mind of
like
God.
manifestations. No, our universe like manifestations. So they projected what they are, which are very sincerely mistaken at best, or religious authoritarians at worst. Writers.
Hey, chat. This is your daily reminder that I am not an atheist. Hey, FYI.
Wait, I can explain the supernatural.
Oh, hey. Go ahead, atheist.
It's the label we give to human experiences that we can't quite explain otherwise. Done.
I cannot discredit that.
Which are which are all based on the physical materials that make up our bodies, our brains. They're done.
Yeah, I mean, what do you call it? When I was in the New Age community, I don't know. There's a bit of a argument, I guess, or what do you call it? Discussion, debate about whether or not the supernatural is actually real. I remember having conversations about this. It's just like, well, it's only supernatural, everything's within the realm of physics, and there's what we know and there's what we don't know, and the things that we don't know we say are supernatural, but it's only because we can't detect them. But like they're just outside of the realm of detection. There is the ability to be able to detect that which we consider to be supernatural, at which time we will no longer consider it to be supernatural. So therefore nothing is actually supernatural.
Well, it's funny you say that too, because I wonder if it's more productive or not. Like one time I was having a conversation about the authors of the Bible and what they would consider natural or supernatural, right? Because if your framework of working with the world is that these kinds of things are a feature and not a bug, that you can have an expectation, albeit small, but an expectation that these are things that can happen and are likely to happen with your God, then is it really like this super experience if that is actually part of the world as you understand it, right? Like, oh, my prophet prayed and the rain stopped. That is just a natural product of, this type of relating to God. Like, this is just how our world works. Like, sure, they would have been like, it's a wonder, it's a sign, but those things are not what we think of as miracle now. Does that make sense? Like this
Yeah.
whole natural supernatural distinction, I think is a product of us recognizing, holy shit, the world has a general uniform behavior that we're getting better and better at measuring, and these other things back here in these spiritual texts don't make a lick of fucking sense when we compare it to how everything else seems to work now and has worked in the past. Like, so now we need to make a distinction here. These are irregular or inexplicable. And is everyone else buffering or what? Oh, I can't hear anybody. No. Let me back. Oh, good. All right. Can you guys hear me again? I'm back in the show. So yeah, I think that if well, this is funny. Nobody can hear Maya and Tap, so I guess I'll keep on going with this. How the quantum could even remotely be considered married to biblical ideas, right? So let's say that like attracts like. So if you are enshrined or engulfed in sin, Satan's just going to want to spend more time with you. You're now a special pet project. By the way, this is with Christian scriptures. You're a special pet
Can you see me?
project of
Can
the
you hear me?
evil one. And yeah, I can hear you now, but I'm not done. So
Go.
and so you're manifesting the aura, the presence, the possession. Oh no, where did I go?
Wait.
Possession. Oh, there you are. There. Okay, never mind. The possession of Satan, right? So you're manifesting what you now are, and the world makes sense again because it's Satan living inside you. And vice versa with the Holy Spirit. You see, when the Holy Spirit is in you, see, that's now what you are. So when you're doing the good things, that's God, Jesus Christ, manifesting himself through you because that's what you are. And those are the holy vibrations coming out of you. And that's quantum God.
I hate you so much.
I hope
just got
everyone
back.
understands it.
I'm real fragile right now. Okay, I just had to fix my computer.
Did I do it? Did I make this bad science even better?
Yay. I don't know what you did, but you there was no dead air, and I hear that's horrible. So.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
You will naturally feel amazing. Basically, your overall well-being will be enhanced.
I don't know
It's
what they were talking
important to remember that
mind equals blown, just saying. This right here.
the law of attraction is based on the concept that like attracts like. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Like energy attracts like energy. That's physics.
It's not. The reason I get amped up earlier is because I knew that line was coming. The first time I watched it, I was like, okay, that's fine. And then she's dropped that's physics. And I was like, Terrible.
Struggling for abundance does not work. Recognize the energetic power of you and what it offers the world. It's all about vibrational alignment, frequency, and harmony. Low density and vibration energies can be negative emotions and thoughts, attachments, imprints, entities, and even spells and curses.
Wait.
This is
why the spells and curses? What? All right,
Because
go
magic
on.
is real.
probably one of the most significant advantages of raising your vibration, as low vibration energies are no longer part of your reality. The energy of your thoughts creates your reality. So,
I feel like I can get behind that. The energy of your thoughts creates reality. I can get behind that.
But that sounds like quantum libertarian free will, though, which is an utter mess. Like, I mean the carte blanche kind, where you can say,
I mean, libertarian free will is another mess. I don't know how quantum mechanics helps. He hasn't heard.
But I want to manifest myself in a reality where I fly, I poop rainbows, and my pee turns into ice cream, right? And I am going to will this into existence, okay? Like, I'm sorry.
I was
that's
just psychedelics. It's more likely to work.
Right. And so, that's naive libertarian free will, that I could just choose to make things happen and then they do. But then there's like the compatibilistic-ish kind. And is that the kind that we are thinking about when we hear like your mind manifests the reality? Like, that's the only way I can understand this, Tap. Help me.
Now that you mention it, I guess kind of, but then it's just talking about being like in conformity with what physics has asserted is your will, right? Like that's what compatibilism. That's the issue with it. I don't think it's actually a thing about free will. I think it's arguing that free will you shouldn't hold it to such a high standard as the ability to choose otherwise or something like that. You should hold it to the standard of being in alignment with the thing that defines how you're aligned, which is not helpful to me.
Right, but that language got me all flustered into thinking that it's sounding more like this, thing that you can't accept biblically or scientifically, right? That I just make stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 seconds just to give a shout out to Jedi for gifting us another 10 cult members. We're really excited about that. Thank you to all the newcomers. Please enjoy your nitties and tapioca weasels, your Jedis and vaginas. I'm sorry. Were we talking about free will?
Nah,
I was going to mention this guy's glowing finger.
Manifesting. Ah.
Yeah.
Pull my quantum finger.
Oh, yeah.
So become conscious of your thoughts. Everything.
I mean, you're like, if you're not conscious of your thoughts, what are you conscious of?
Thing you say.
Sorry. I'm just thinking of all the people in the chat that I could say who that is that aren't conscious of their thoughts.
Oh. Fair.
Becomes your reality. So, if you have a negative thought, just tell it to go away. The lower
that works.
Maya,
let me tell you, with bipolar, that fucking works.
Maya, can we get the from the psychology sort of perspective on this one? How's she doing on that one?
I'm sorry, I was the chat's wild then. What was the question? What was the statement?
When you say, think, or feel becomes your reality. So, if you have a negative thought, just tell it to go away.
How's that? How are we doing on the grokking of the mental health here? Take your time.
If you're having negative thoughts, that are interfering with your life. I am not qualified to diagnose or really properly tell you how to handle that. Please seek therapy.
Please
And
visit
even if you're not,
seculartherapy.org.
even if you're not like, I mean, and a lot of people, I mean, if you're having a lot of negative thoughts, like that's not necessarily healthy, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're depressed, but you do need to, you
Right.
really, really, really do need to see a therapist to talk about it, because like most people who are depressed, not even like
They don't
manic
realize
depressed, like just clinically depressed. They don't realize that they're depressed, and it's something that you can see in it's easier to see in
Yes.
hindsight.
Oh my God, yes.
So I always, whenever people are saying, you know, just, or even just when you, it's a sign. And I'm not saying you definitely are, but if everything seems negative, you could be. So you'd want to have that checked out by a professional. And I'm not going to make any blanket statements about negative thoughts. I'm just saying if you're having a lot of them, it could be a sign and is worth talking to a professional. Um, However, also meditation does a lot, and there have been a lot of negative thoughts and a lot of negative feelings and a lot of things that I've been able to like get through emotionally. Um, Especially as a mother of two teenagers, like holy shit, that was rough. You know, just meditating. You know, just trying to clear my mind. A lot of times, like if you've got too much going on, it and go into like the whys and the why. It's short stream, but a lot of times it helps just to unplug, um, to focus on the things that bring you joy, and a lot of that can be done through meditation. So and a lot of meditation is, you know, trying to clear your mind. And when you have a thought, positive or negative, a lot of times, like what I always get my grocery list. It's like, oh, fuck, I forgot to buy this, you know, or the laundry list or the honey-do list. Like these are things that are going to go through your head while you're trying to meditate. And so I hear this a lot in meditation. It's just like, you know, just let it go. Just, you have a thought, acknowledge it and let it go. And then, you know, try to focus. And there's like a lot of like meditation techniques. So I'm like, depending on what they're talking about here, I'm not hearing anything about meditation. So I'm more likely to say, hey, talk to a professional. But it's also, it would be good advice if they're talking about meditation. Also, $2 on behalf of Alex Markle, sorry. What did Alex say? What am I missing? Alex.
I think that might have been Alex that said, somebody throw money at Maya. I can't do it.
Oh, I did not
Somebody
see
said
that.
that. And it might have
So-
been, that would make sense, you know, just
with regard
Referring to the rescue.
with regard to meditation and how to deal with negative thoughts, and since I'm here, the ex-Christian here, I've got to throw in some scripture, right? So the Bible and the Christian scriptures in the book of Philippians gets this, like, we'll call it maybe half or 2/3 correct. I'll read something real quick. Philippians 4:6-9. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Okay, whatever. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things, and the peace of God will be with you. Now, let's take out all the woo of God, right? And when you are anxious, acknowledge it and redirect yourself towards the things that are positive and good in your life, right? Like, that's actually not that bad, right? But when it first of all starts off with don't do this, right? It's like it sounds like try and prevent your anxiety, like as if this redirection practice will get rid of anxiety. When really, even Christians, if you're listening ever, don't think of it that way, right? Do what Maya said, but, throw your scriptures at it too, right? Because we know what Maya said actually works. and the Bible is just like, there you go. Just it's getting close, but not quite. Not quite. There you go. Moving on. Maya, you got that smug face. What did you think of that, guys?
No, I was just listening to Blessed Be He saying meds are
Stop doing that.
poison. And I think that, again, you need to talk to your doctor. And if you're having issues, I mean, there's some meds that, when I was going through my divorce, my depression had gotten so bad that it was like messing with it was rendering my ADHD meds like just ineffective. And my ADHD meds are highly effective.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I couldn't keep any job without them. I think anything without moderation, like even water, like too much water will kill you. I think that again, make sure that you're having these conversations with your doctor and not listening to random people, because I think it is a really good thing, a really good point to bring up. There's a lot of people saying, well, you should do natural, and you should only do holistic, and you should, there's a lot of things where I used to be able to just take B12 pills when I was feeling a little down, and it got to the point where that wasn't enough. There's a time for all things, and I think that speaking with your doc, I think you should find a doctor you trust and stick with that person and take their medical advice, because you're not necessarily just talking to the doctor. They should have the backing of the whole of the medical community, and not even just in America. We've been doing studies for centuries all over the world that is that your doctor has at their disposal, that they should be able to offer their expertise to you as to best practices. And I don't know, at least in my state, there's a big push for, if you don't need medication, you shouldn't be on it. But when you do, you do. And you shouldn't be made to feel bad about that.
Who knew that quantum vibrations could lead to an in-depth discussion about mental health? But here we are.
Here we are.
The lower your vibration, the more likely you are to attract circumstances to you that mirror this. And the higher your vibration, the more good you attract, and doors just open to all the positive stuff. If you are interested in raising your vibration, this is done through intention and focus.
You just gotta, it's all your fault. You just gotta just be better.
Yeah. Vibrate those negative emotions away.
Oh, God. I see chakras.
Oh, they are chakras. You were right.
Those are
chakras.
The energy that you hold in your vibrational field resonates out, not only to the others around you, but the plants and animals and all the other dimensions and planes of existence. When your frequency is clear and bright, higher frequency.
Clear and bright and high. Okay, this is starting to sound like a really awesome strain of weed.
Right. This is some bong hit theology, but
everything's coming together here for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Frequency beings will
connect
with you more often, and the connection will be much clearer. The higher the frequency in which you vibrate, the higher consciousness you will have. Raising your consciousness and vibration.
It wasn't working.
You were trying to vibrate yourself to higher consciousness. Got it. Oh, man. Was it this one? No, it wasn't. It was actually the other video that had the comment that I sent to you guys earlier.
Perceptions of the world will change your experiences. Raising your consciousness and vibration, your perceptions of the world will change. Your experiences change. You'll
Raising your consciousness and vibration.
It's been completely absent of any like content. The statements.
Well, no, you just got to raise. You got to lift them up. You got to find a ladder and get your vibrations off the ground.
Yeah, that's what my weed is for. Okay, but like this is not what's happening.
see yourself attracting more abundance, experiencing deeper relationships and connections with others. If you send out conflicting vibrations, you will feel stuck.
Oh, real quick. This is definitely not Christian. This is more in the
I
New
found this
Age.
for TAP.
Yeah.
I found this specifically for my
This
weasel.
is like smack dab in the middle of like New Age move area. You're not going to find any of this in the Bible. Unless you may be able to find some people that
read it into the Bible.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
I'm not saying there's not people like that out there. I do not believe that
I tried
person's doing that.
Just
you did
now.
a great job, Niddy.
Thank you.
There will be a sense of non-movement and confusion over your next step in life, and you will feel like you are struggling and not in the flow. Your vibrational frequency.
When I have non-movement, that's usually a sign I need to take a laxative, and my movement in life is gonna take a while after that.
Fair. Which part is vibrating? Like everything is moving and doing.
Everything's moving. Like I said, it's like vibrations, waves, tomato.
Yeah, but what? She is talking about it in the singular. Mm-hmm. And by she, I mean I'm pretty sure this is an AI voice.
You think?
Yeah. But
hello, I am Siri. Like what?
I've also, had actual conversations with people that I thought were AI, and then I was like, oh, no, you just don't have a personality. So
maybe it's one of those things that isn't aware of its thoughts.
Yeah.
Depends directly on the degree that this fragmentation into the lower densities happens. The more attached you've become in the physical, for example, lowers your frequency into that density of being.
Into that density. What is the density of being? I suppose it could be maybe analogous to a density of states or a wave function amplitude. Okay.
Me after I've had all of my Chipotle and Cheesecake Factory.
I love Cheesecake Factory.
Which also will cause a slowing in my movements.
Some
Cheesecake Factory has great chicken piccata. Okay.
People radiate more light than others. We all have known these light-filled individuals at one time or another. They are more positive and tend to try to do all or some of the things described above. Simply being in their presence can elevate us. Seek to be around uplifting friends and people. Raising of your vibrational frequency begins to happen as you start to realize your interconnection with the universe. And
it doesn't... This isn't physics. Why are you like this? Why are people like this?
What? Look, clearly the mind exists. And it must vibrate because everything else vibrates. So...
and the deeper meaning of life. Or else
Your
there's
eye
a
twitching.
powerful surrendering moment as you realize the fruitlessness of struggle in life. This surrender begins
Yes, it's twitching.
To free up the soul, which comes active in your life, reminding you of the universal connection. The higher your vibration, the more expansive your aura.
I'm not going to lie. I'm impressed that the word chakra has not been said yet.
I am. Because she's
like this
been showing the fuck out of them. Like, we haven't heard about chakras or auras.
That, they're, right?
The more expansive your aura and energies.
There's aura.
Oh, damn it. Spoke too soon.
Like,
damn it.
I mean, also, low-key hilarious image on screen right now.
Wait, what's coming out of that butt?
Right. Like, are we probing the butt? Is this like butt energy escaping the body?
No, it's a red cloud escaping the body. Okay, that is a discharge of highly oxygenated blood.
Look,
this
that
guy has some
happens to
serious
some people.
problems. Like, this is a major hemorrhage.
After they become higher density with Chipotle and Cheesecake Factory, they just emit more energy from other places.
How do we know that it's not a high vibrational dildo?
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Become. The higher your vibration, the more expansive your aura and energies become.
Oh, I think it is. I think you're right. I think it's going inside.
You take up more space and feel the underlying energetic connections with all of existence more deeply and profoundly. You tend to feel a more palpable.
No, I think they're just, it's like inserting and rotating.
I wonder if there's a tunnel that like connects this part to this part, because there shouldn't be
connection and knowing of the universe around you.
I don't want anything quantum leaping through that energy receptacle. Like, you'd have to pay more.
I gotta say, if your equipment down there is small enough to be a quantum object, like, nobody's gonna notice anything. So yeah.
If your quantum transfer lasts more than 4 hours, please contact.
Everyone has a potential within themselves to rise to a higher vibration than what they are currently resonating at. That potential can be realized or ignored, depending on how much fear or self-sabotage one experiences on a regular basis. If you are triggered by an issue, or you have the same issue or pattern, it is best to work on it. It'll open up.
That's true. I think, maybe. Is it? Or not? I don't mean like randomly expose yourself, but I mean like.
Oh no! Yeah,
that's not what I mean by work on it. I mean, but like work on it means to like think about it and be aware of it and learn to. Yeah. She probably means like if you don't like spiders, you should drop a tarantula on your face.
I don't think that's what she means.
No? Okay.
Your consciousness so that your higher self is more available to you. In order to experience joy and inner happiness and live in the high vibrational emotions, we have to learn how to raise our vibration on a regular basis. And here are the most important ways to raise your vibration. Watch your thoughts and what you say, as well as being aware of how you behave.
Just be happier and say happy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quantum happies.
Quantum happiness.
Why? Why is the word vibration?
Tap, do you want to know what I was actually trying to say to finish the joke?
What?
If your quantum experience lasts more than 4 to 5 hours, please contact Dr. Tap with promo code Tesla.
Oh,
I love it.
We'll get there. I think it's
coming. It's coming.
All of these things will either raise or...
did I what?
Oh, I was like, did you want to? Well, I guess we're
I don't remember off the top of my head where. Oh, it's right
there we go.
Or lower your vibration and the experiences that you have. Other ways of raising your vibration.
I don't care.
While keeping your spiritual energies charged.
Surrounding
Surrounding yourself with people who motivate, inspire, and support your aspirations is really important for maintaining a high vibration. Listening to solfeggio frequencies.
Oh my God.
I actually looked this up.
Okay.
Once I got to this part of the video because I like music and I like DJing.
No, I used to. Well, God, I low key.
And I was trying to make sure. None of those frequencies I was trying to make sure none of those frequencies were a brown noise, and I'd be
Brownies.
like in the middle of sleep and I diarrhea the bed, because like the frequencies caused my inner vibrations to release the thing that had my movement slowed. So like, I got to be careful when I'm engaging in this vibratory exploration.
Yeah, Shane. This is what she's trying to say. I mean, again, it's a bot, so they the pronunciations. I don't even really know how to pronounce it, but I do actually. All right, so I've been very open, honest. I meditate a lot, a lot. I try to meditate daily, but
It's the first thing I
I
do when I get to work is meditate.
I love this music. But again, in the new age community, you're not supposed to listen to it on YouTube because apparently YouTube does this thing where it like balances all the music out. So you're not truly getting um the actual frequency. So it's bad to listen
Oh
to it on
yeah.
YouTube. So you have to buy it.
Well, also
Websites that get you on the actual frequency.
Look,
Um
also, don't the frequency like videos have extra?
Well, it has yeah, it's not just the tone, it has the
Yeah,
music,
yeah,
but I love
right.
the music. It's really soothing. And it gets you into this like kind of peaceful, I don't know, a lot of it's like, running water, a lot of it's, it's got it's like, it's music, but it's got these beats.
Hold up,
Um,
hold the fuck up. Look at that
mhm.
last question directed at me.
Absolutely hilarious.
So, first of all,
What?
not an appropriate question, but I will
Inappropriate.
answer it.
Oh
But
God.
I will answer
You don't
it.
have to do that though.
Yes, all day, every day. Because you know what I'm thinking about? Titties. There, done.
Blessed be he. That is an inappropriate question.
The pinnacle of comedy you are. This is
What just happened? Oh, I didn't want to hide her. I wanted to time her out. And the chat's moving.
good.
Put user in timeout. All right. BBH. Putting in 5 minutes because like we don't talk to people about the genitals here. That is way too
Yeah.
far. We spam nitties and vaginas and we
And it's
think
totally
thoughts in our
different.
head.
Gag.
And it's totally different.
Saying things, yeah, thinking thoughts out loud is called talking, and talking is inappropriate when we're talking about nitties and vaginas. So you get 5 minutes to think about what you just said and come back when you can be a decent human being.
This is why I talk in euphemisms when possible. But I mean,
Chakras.
yeah.
The solfeggio frequencies are a series of 6 electromagnetic musical tones.
Are they electromagnetic, do you guys think?
No, just magnetic. It's all done with magnets, obviously.
I don't like you, Maya. You're not a good friend. You're a bad friend.
That the
I'm a great
Gregorian monks
person.
were said to use when they chanted in meditation. Physicist, inventor, and electrical engineer.
The person she's about to name is not this guy. Okay? Michio Kaku is, I believe,
I'm
this
so
guy's
glad you
name.
can pronounce his name.
And I
like
it's
him.
not, yeah. Okay. Well, wait. That I don't know him very well, frankly. So, yeah.
Well, he goes on Fox News and talks about science shit and shuts them up. And that makes me happy.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm gonna let her restart this.
Use when they chanted in meditation. Physicist, inventor, and electrical engineer Nikola Tesla once said, "If
Not a physicist.
But he said something once that confirms what the point of the video. So therefore, the video is true, and you should listen to them and give them money.
only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9,
Three
then you would
six
hold the
nine, 369.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
key to
this
the
is how you know
universe.
it's true.
Yup.
These 3 numbers form the root vibration of the 6 solfeggio frequencies.
Why are we talking about solfeggio frequencies?
The 396
Okay, that one's pretty clear. Not gonna lie, I see 369 in that one.
hertz solfeggio frequency helps those who struggle with feelings such as guilt, fear, and grief. 417 hertz. This sound frequency helps you to clear negativity and remove subconscious blockages in the
What does it have to do with 369?
69 is clearly the root vibration. Big Bad Mama said so.
Yeah, but I mean, how did 417 get here?
Oh, it's the solfeggio frequency. So we need to say that because 369
of limiting core beliefs,
But it's not
toxic
related.
thinking patterns, and harmful habits. 528 hertz is often thought of as the low frequency. This sound vibration is also said to be central to creation and is thought to restore inner equilibrium, increase awareness, repair DNA, and stimulate transformation.
Yeah.
630.
Oh, yeah. So this
Repair
is what
DNA?
Yeah.
So why doesn't this work? Why isn't this
No,
an
it does. Well,
FDA-approved treatment for cancer?
because they don't want you to know.
Yeah, because that.
Niddy, you're here every week.
Don't you know how
you're right.
capitalism works?
Yeah, this is what I was saying. Like, why you're not supposed to listen to the this kind of music on YouTube, because YouTube puts everything onto like a frequency that's none of these numbers, and so you can't get the true like DNA repair or the crown or the what. There's one of them where that elevates your consciousness, and you can't get it because YouTube is owned by the man and puts it all in a frequency that doesn't really resonate with shit.
Because the man is pro-cancer.
Right. And so you got to resonate the cancer out of your body with vibrational energy, and the music like this helps you do that. It repairs your DNA. It just said it. It's like you're not even listening.
Yeah. Also, this one also, I can see where the 3, 6, and 9 is coming in with this one.
9 hertz increases understanding, tolerance, interpersonal harmony, and empathy. As such, the FA tone is said to strengthen relationships, family connection, and unity with others.
I wonder how much of this can be found verbatim on like a Wikipedia page somewhere. Or like a Woopedia page. Is that a thing?
Woopedia. I don't know. I've always called it Gaia. Let's see. Well, I'm going to mute because the chat hates my keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
7.
But I we can start that. We can start Woopedia. I guess that's like what is it, Rational Wiki or something?
Yeah,
like
but it's the opposite.
Well, yeah, I know, but no, they're not gonna like Gaia is already that thing, right? The thing. They're not going to self-identify as Woopedia. Like, it has to be a parody site, is my point. Like Conservapedia. Okay, wait, is that parody? I can't remember if that's
BetterSleep.com says many ancient musical instruments were constructed for 432 hertz tuning, and before the mid 20th century, 432 hertz was the standard of instrumental tuning. Since then, 440 hertz tuning has become the norm. The 432 hertz frequency resonates with the Schumann resonance of 8 hertz and is known for its deep calming and soothing effect.
Well, the Schumann resonance is an entirely different thing that has something to do with the ionosphere, I think.
Yeah, it is, which is why you have to be in tune with the earth if you want peace in your life.
And also, none of the numbers you said have been numbers that they've said.
Well, no, yeah, the 432 should have been, but there's also 538, 396, 639, 741.
Oh, did they had 396? Yeah, they got 396.
So 520. Yeah, 528. 528 is here.
Okay.
There's 639. Yeah.
There we go.
As the frequency helps balance emotions and elevate the mood.
Okay, what's the next
741, one? Music tuned to this frequency helps with problem solving, cleansing the body, and self-expression.
Let's find out.
741 hertz helps to detox the body from all types of pollutants, viral, fungal, bacterial, electromagnetic. This sound
Cleanses the
vibration is
body.
also
See?
said to
Wait,
be
wait.
useful.
So wouldn't that have prevented the whole pandemic
Oh,
if
if
we
we
had
had
just
just like
broadcast it
blasted
everywhere? Yeah.
741 hertz everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
just repair the DNA, wake the dead. It's the
I
necromancy
wonder.
frequency,
Wait a
obviously.
minute. Wait a minute. When Christ was crucified, was this what he yelled out? He yelled out at 741 hertz, and that's what caused the saints to rise from the dead. You know what I mean? And go all over Jerusalem. He's like, oh, or whatever. Oh God, I hope that didn't wake up my kids.
You brought this upon yourself, Niddy.
Oh no.
When trying to solve problems, as it will increase mental clarity.
You were right.
852 hertz awakens your intuition and helps you return to spiritual balance.
So what we just did here, chat, was called doing your own research, and now we are all converts, I think, right?
Yeah. We all know that we need to tune ourselves to 741 hertz and live forever.
Yeah.
This tone also helps you to see through illusions and discover the highest truth, aiding you in communicating more openly with spirit. Meditate every day, and you will notice the energy frequency around you shifting and changing.
I gotta say, this whole swirly thing with the flashing lights doesn't look comfortable.
Eating
He
higher
looks
frequency.
elevated.
Oh man, there's
too.
another crotch light too.
It's a crotch light. It's the root
You-
chakra. It's in your
Is it-
crotch.
Usually when you
prostate?
see an orb like that through a translucent projection, it ends up on one of those blogs like What They Found Inside Me.
No, the root chakra. It's your crotch light. I'm only half kidding.
Foods will definitely have
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
an impact on the energy around you. Pranic breath work is another technique that will help raise our vibration.
Wait,
Cleaning your chakras and auric field.
We finally got the word chakra. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, BBH be here being like, I need to meditate. I totally meditate. I meditate the first thing I do when I get to work, like every day. I do a 10-minute mindfulness meditation in my office, all alone. It's great.
At least once a day will positively help your energy field and raise your frequency. Focus on feeling good and being aware of your thoughts and keeping your focus on how you feel is key in keeping your vibration.
That's true. Everything she just said there, I think, is pretty true. Being aware of your thoughts and being aware of what you're actually feeling, like being aware of the state of your mind at a given moment is an incredibly useful skill. I think somewhat unsurprisingly when you put it that way, right?
I mean, when you put it that way, certainly. I don't think a lot of people think about what words that are coming out of their mouth.
Well, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I never do.
And high. When you are aware of what you think about, you can start to consciously shift your thoughts to a more positive place. Reduce consumption of low vibrational food, water, and products.
Whoa.
If you
low vibrational food, I mean, you could just say processed.
Go back to that frame. Go back to that frame.
Of low vibration.
Okay, pause.
That's my entire diet.
Yeah, you cannot take ice cream away from me. I am trying desperately to make my bony self a more high density creature through the consumption of these materials. So
there's one thing here that I don't think makes any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
The bowl of nuts.
Is that nuts?
I think.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's probably nuts.
If they're unsalted nuts, like, that's fine. I mean, I don't know why you would eat a whole bowl of them. That doesn't sound pleasant. But
I mean, if they're not going to consume nuts, how are we going to get more of this content?
I mean, nuts are actually a part of most diets, like recommended
That was a
diets.
nuts pun, but all
I
right.
got
I
it.
know, I totally
Okay, good.
understood. Yeah.
It's all about these nuts.
Yeah.
For
Are they saying
food,
drink less
water, and
water?
products.
Oh,
Wait, yeah,
no,
because it's
no, no,
got
no.
fluoride.
They're not saying don't drink
Oh
less
my god.
water. There's a fluoride alert. If you can see it there. Now, fluoride fucks up your pineal gland, and then you can't vibrate yourself to your highest level of bullshit and fuckery.
And Splenda? I mean, I practically drink that stuff.
Yeah, I use Splenda instead of sugar in my coffee.
What's
Yep.
wrong with Campbell's soup? It's probably got a lot of salt in it.
Processed.
Oh,
Therefore,
yeah.
it's low vibration.
Well, I can get behind not having the Campbell's soup because, okay, so get this. My wife and I have all made a conscious effort to kind of track and reduce sodium, right?
I need to do that. I have high blood
And
pressure.
so
What? How
we
the fuck
we
is
have
that possible?
tried to eat like Campbell's soup or what else? Um or like certain kinds of Chinese food, and we like can't do it. Like not in the least bit, because we take the first bite and we're like dying from like how salty it is to us. And the same thing happens with white bread. Like nobody in this family can eat white bread because that kind of bread is too goddamn sweet. Like we just
White bread. Wait, is
yeah,
that a racial?
one
Is that a racial
no,
slur, Niddy?
no.
No, he means the type of bread that I like to get at the store. I love
Wonder
how sweet
bread.
it is. It's like I mean, I don't get that
I'm
bread.
fucking with you. It was clearly a joke.
If you are consuming medications, drugs, alcohol, meat, sugar, etc., you are filling your mind, body, and energy field with low vibrational energy.
Then what the fuck are you
Intermittent
supposed to eat? Just like lick a tree? Like what? We need things from meat.
And I need my happy pills.
Go back for a second. And sugars, like how much? What is? Do they just mean the processed like donut? Like I hope so, but even then,
Quite unclear. There's a lot of things in here. There's lettuce in the background, or I mean, lettuce doesn't have a whole lot of nutritional content.
I think it's more focused on the meat.
And it's how. I mean, lettuce won't make you higher density in anything.
I think it just, it's the picture that they
got for
Googled,
Google,
that they Googled, happens to have like the meat sitting on a bed of lettuce. I think this is obviously focused on the processed meat.
Yeah.
That aside, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know if anybody in the chat is, or wants to like give us some words of wisdom. But yeah, I mean, you want to minimize
you don't need
the
that
level of processed foods in your diet, certainly, but not because you're trying to vibrate to a higher plane per se, unless it's a figure of speech.
It also depends on what you mean by process. Like pasteurization is a form of processing. You should not drink raw milk.
Unless it's breast milk and you're
I
don't know
if you have gotten it from the source in the last 24 hours, go nuts, do whatever. I don't care.
I'm like Homelander. I need the stuff.
Yeah, well, but like getting getting raw milk from a store, milk goes bad really fast because it is a substance which is designed to be maximally easy to turn into like being alive, right? So
I mean God,
pasteurization.
This is just, I think everybody knows what I mean. Like, don't, maybe your whole diet shouldn't come from like dollar store food. I'm just saying.
Yes.
An energy field with low vibrational energy. Intermittent fasting. Fasting is a powerful method to still the internal physical and emotional metabolism. As these processes quiet, the consciousness of the soul can more easily permeate through.
I don't know what the fuck she just said.
I don't know either, but I intermittent fast all the time. I haven't eaten anything today.
Whoa.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
I'm not hungry when I wake up, and then I take my ADHD medication.
Look, people. I talk to a dietitian, like specifically one that can work with your body. You can kill your metabolism if you don't eat all day, and if you do this like frequently.
And you wonder why I have high blood pressure.
Wait, take
Drink
it.
Yeah.
water. Always ensure you drink plenty of water.
Do that.
Filtered is best to assist your body to flush out toxicity.
Oh, this is a great point.
Day to day.
Hey guys, we don't have to live in a late stage capitalist hellscape.
Yeah.
Where good people don't have access to proper nutrition and healthcare. This is just your daily reminder to vote. Please vote. And I'm not even going to tell you how to vote. We just need more people to vote, and that's going to help me.
I will. Don't vote for Mango Unchained. All right. How hard is this?
I don't understand how hard it is. But what I'm more concerned about than losing people to Trump is losing people to the couch. Get off your ass and check a box. God damn it.
Or check all the other ones
Toxicity
and
has a
leave
marked
the
impact.
most important one blank if you're going to...
Down ballot helps. We have Mike Johnson because nobody thought, that position was going to be important.
No, I'm saying if you can't handle voting for Biden at the top...
No, I know. And I'm agreeing. I'm saying down ballot. I mean, because he's a representative, so he would be down the ballot, further down the ballot. Just get off your ass. Go into a voting booth.
I'm
begging you. Do it for Fern. Don't do it for me. Do it for Fern. She deserves to not live in a food desert and proper health care.
Okay, so on the screen there's a graphic here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got a bunch of stuff, and I just want to say that's not how you spell GERD.
GERD?
Right here.
Oh.
That's not how you spell GERD. It's spelled with an E because it stands for esophageal. These people don't know anything.
Wait, you're 2 hours into the stream. It's just now occurring to you.
It's the failure on the esophageal gastroenterology, blah, 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 that really got to me, Maya. It wasn't any of the absolute destruction of quantum mechanics.
And everything vibrates.
It was GERD. It was GERD, Maya.
Right. No, everything vibrates. Therefore, God. You know how this works.
Yeah.
On our vibration. So we must do what we can to reduce its impact within us and around us. Be grateful. Making a gratitude list shifts your vibrations from focusing on what you don't have to what is already abundant in your life. There is more to be grateful for.
That's not
wrote this script, right?
But that's not a bad practice, though. I mean,
well,
but
don't think about any of your problems. Only think about the things you have. No need to bitch at me to, do anything, to improve your life at all. I just,
I don't think those things are mutually exclusive, though.
No, I don't. I don't either.
Okay.
No, I agree with you. I think that people need to, and I do this too. I try to,
okay.
I try to check my privilege, whenever possible.
You got to have loving kindness to people.
I tell people my real job title should be number pusher for privileged people instead of web developer. Because who really consumes my content that I make every day? Honestly, I'm just fucking moving around numbers for people who can afford, broadband internet, spend their free time or corporate time reading this shit, and then making some financial decision based on the numbers represented in pretty pictures on the screen. What percentage of the world population am I actually influencing? Oh yeah, the fucking obscenely rich by comparison to the rest of the world. So it's like, yeah, I'm spoiled. It's stupid. And when people hear me describe my job that way, it implies that their job is the same thing, and then their faces kind of go deadpan, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this isn't that great."
I love my job, for the record.
God damn it! All right, what are they talking about?
Than you
Love
could
list.
Yeah.
possibly imagine. Practice acts of kindness. Giving to someone else without expecting anything in return shifts your thinking from, I don't have enough, to, I have more than enough to give to others. Abundance is a high vibration. In the same vein, being kind puts you at a high vibration. Science tells us that human beings and all creatures radiate an electromagnetic field produced by the heartbeat.
No, it's not produced by the heartbeat. That's dumb. Even to the extent that it's technically true, it's still dumb.
Is there a technical truth to this?
You do have electrons moving across the muscles, and that's going to cause a very tiny electric field, and that field is going to like propagate. Yeah, but like so does everything else all the time, constantly, forever. So.
Yeah, what if yeah, like Pragmatic Crystal said, what if I'm having a heart attack, right? Or I'm being defibrillated, or palpitations, like what?
Yeah.
But also that whole point, like about altruism, basically, let's sum it up, as putting you at a higher vibration. How about this? Doing things that obviously benefit our species through empathy and reciprocity release chemicals in our brain that tell us to do it again. That's it. It's not higher like energy emittance. It's chemicals in your brain moving around saying, "Ooh, let's help us survive again."
No, yeah, and so yeah, here's a question. It's like, why do you mock this video? That's crazy. The crazy part, and I think what I've been saying throughout the whole video, if you care to pay attention, I'm just over here, like, trying to keep my tits in the bra. Like, don't mind me. The crazy part is like the way it's being described. Like, you can ohm your way into a higher frequency. I do like this last part here where it's like, we should be helping. We should be helping each other. We have like millions of years, like hundreds of millions of years of working together to keep us together as a species.
Well, our species has not been around hundreds of millions, hundreds of thousands.
Shut the fuck up, God.
You know what I mean? I don't want Dapper to like materialize and chastise
like out of the ether and be like, well, actually, Homo sapiens. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
I would do it.
You know what? Homo erectus counts. Fuck you. Anyways, like for who we are, like we have been coming. I mean, we are what do you call it? Like a pack animals. Our claim to fame has been protecting each other, like the safety in numbers, protecting each other. Learning from each other, passing on the knowledge. Like we're not, I mean, I know we like to acquaint ourselves as apex animals, but like it's only as a group. Individually, like we would have died off a long time ago.
Right.
I like the message without all of the extra shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our feelings broadcast like radio waves through this field. When you are in the presence of a group of friends, family, or others,
I've never seen this happen. Like, am I missing
That's some
something?
Donnie Darko shit.
Does this happen to other people?
Yeah, I see that all the time.
I wish this would work when you're a parent. Like I have positive vibes, you little shit. Like, get with the program.
All right.
Why doesn't it work? I smile at my child. I hug them. Next thing you know, they're punching me in the face. They're whipping their dongle out to pee on the floor. They're throwing the soap around. They're smashing their dishes. They're throwing their dinner in the trash. And I'm like,
What little hellions are you raising? Like, do
I
you
was
know
having
you
a
should just
good
like
day. I was just making
you
it
should
more and
just
more
beam the
absurd,
energy
but
from your heart chakra into theirs, and the
I know.
power of dad will compel them.
And all day long I was practicing self-love and caring towards them,
You
and
shouldn't be doing that in front of your
it didn't.
children. Sorry.
Look,
you're
some things are natural and they need educated. I'm just kidding.
he's
God.
joking. He's joking.
Thoughts,
Don't.
feelings, and attitudes are intermingling in your immediate area. An easy way to maintain a higher vibration is to interweave the qualities of our heart in our connections and interactions.
What does that mean?
These heart qualities include love,
Oh.
care, compassion, kindness, appreciation, forgiveness, and more. As light workers, it is easy for us to pick up.
I just want to say,
Light workers.
if
Yeah.
if
Go on.
if this is propaganda for the man, they should have emphasized generosity and like obedience as well. So
So
they're
yeah,
not.
okay. So energy is light, and when you work with energy, you're working with light. Therefore, you're a light worker. That's steel manning their position. I swear to God.
On lower vibrational energies. It is also easy for us to use our tools to release that energy and keep our vibration at its highest potential. Show yourself how much you love yourself by focusing on higher vibrational thoughts and feelings today.
We got through it.
I can't believe we got
Wow.
through it. I really didn't think we'd get through it. We never get through like 20 minutes of anything. But I don't know. Was anybody entertained by any of that?
Yeah, it got to me a little bit. I got to throw the Bible at it some more, so that was fun.
Woo!
That's how
Uh,
quantum mechanics works. It's very
Looks like we
complicated.
won't. Can I let the chat know the other videos that I found for this
Yeah,
ridiculousness?
go ahead.
So
Oh yeah, no.
I don't think we're gonna do it tonight, but
No.
here's a
work.
few others that maybe we could do on the next Nitty Bad Science. We've got three clear signs you are under demonic attack. We got 10 open doors to demons you need to close now. 5 signs you're being monitored by the devil. And woman in trousers, is it a sin? Christian animation.
I love
Yeah,
that title.
I don't know that we might need to like call some other people in here before we can do that video. Like, I'm not sure I could properly do it justice.
Actually, wait. Skeptics and Scoundrels. Eric, are you still out there? We need you for Woman in Trousers video because I'm like 90% sure it's a Jehovah's Witness crapaganda. So because they literally had Trousergate. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it's a big fucking deal if women show up to the Kingdom Hall wearing,
Oh,
what
okay, I see what you're saying.
most real people wear, pants.
Wait, Jehovah's Witnesses aren't allowed to wear, like the women aren't allowed to wear pants in church?
No.
Terrible.
At all.
Oh, ever?
Ever.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Pragmatic Crystal, I do want to thank you for 2 months as a cultist. Welcome back to the fold. Mwahaha. We appreciate your support. Continue to partake in the nitties and vaginas.
Woo! That's right, chat. That emoji's named after me.
It is.
So you use it with my pride.
Niddy leads the titty mob. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Niddy, who are you? Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
So I'm Niddy. I'm completely ridiculous. I'm over at my channel, at _Niddy_ I think it is. Right? Is that what it is now? Yeah. Because just Niddy was taken, I think. But so go over there. We try to have a good time critiquing um, people of different faiths being ridiculous, problematic, or whatever. Every once in a while, if my former culty church makes the community news around me, I cover what lies or stupid things that the church is doing. I also kind of keep track of real world conversations I have with theists, and I try to let them on if I can. Um, and yeah, like, today at Walmart, I had a guy come up to me and try to get me and my kids to go to the World Church of God out of nowhere. Oh, and they also, so if you didn't know this, um, I got the lowdown on what they believe. They believe that Jesus came back a second time in 1918 because of Isaiah 25. So I'm still trying to figure that one out. They also worship the Mother God, which to which point I asked, do you mean like Sophia, wisdom from the Hebrew scriptures? And they're like, no, like actual Mother God. And I was like, oh, all right, like you do you. So
Mother
yeah.
of God. Okay.
hmm Yeah, my mind was blown, totally blown. And then we had a back and forth argument about why, when I was a Christian, there's no possible way Jesus, I could have ever no, not Mother Mary, that I could have ever read the Christian scriptures um, that Jesus uh, would come at any other time, but to usher in the new heavens and new earth, destroying the Antichrist. So there you go. Oh, this week, right? This week, I'm actually going to go onto a theist's channel. I'll make a community post about it. I'm going onto this channel called Straight Talk, and I'll give you a
What's
little
straight
preview.
talk? Is that
His name is Marlon.
okay?
Uh, he's just a Christian that responds to stuff. He has like 10K subscribers. Tux went on there, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. This guy needs to talk to more atheists face to face. So
What does he? What
here's
does he do? What does he talk about?
so he's I don't know what denomination of Christian or type of Christian exactly he is,
Mhm.
but he talks about like um, false prophet type people, like
Gotcha.
people that I would also say are grifters, but also like he goes after the atheist experience, and says like, you guys just want to live like there's no God and stuff like that. And then his biggest thing, I kid you not, like I've listened to like a good chunk of his live stream content, and the argument that he is just all about is, where do you get your morals from? What, you don't have a god? Then where do you get your morals from? Huh?
Is he
It's
a
just
precept?
kind of, maybe. And there's this like constant conflation of like he did probably the worst explanation of free will and compatibilism like I've ever heard in my life, and it just made me angry while I was in the live chats. um so yeah,
You're gonna
that's what.
go on there and
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna tell him my story of being a Christian, no
Mhm.
longer being convinced of being a Christian.
Do you think
Like I
he'll let
told
you
you
like?
guys.
Does he think he'll let you mirror it? Because I kind of have a thing about not lending these people views.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, do you think he'll let you mirror it? Because I have a thing about not lending these
Oh,
people
I'm going to.
views.
I don't care.
Okay, cool, cool.
I
I'll
don't
watch
see why
that.
not though. I don't see why not though. Like
Right,
it's if it's public on his platform, then why
right.
wouldn't it be able to be public on mine? Like he's live all the time. Like and oh, I'm gonna take so many views away from his 10K subscribers. I mean, fuck no.
Right.
So yeah, I'm doing that on Tuesday at noon Eastern. Um, and like I said, and if I do a terrible job, y'all can give me shit for it. I have a feeling I have a very strong feeling that there's probably going to be an annoying, pedantic back and forth about morals, because moral realists, theists just can't let go of black and white thinking,
Yeah.
and they like really need there to be someone to bark morals down to them so they can make sense of the world and have no ambiguity on it. Oh, and also the thing I want to kind of confront is that he said a few times with Tux and on other streams, it goes like this: there is nothing I can learn, there's nothing I can experience, there's nothing I could think that will convince me that Christianity is false. Like that he's just incorrigible about believing the proposition that Christianity is true. Like nothing could convince him.
Okay.
And I'm going to like totally push against that.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I mean, I really do appreciate you and the conversations that you have because.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate hearing people say it's like, oh, well, you can't talk to these people, and I'm like,
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, most of us weren't natal atheists, so it's just like, even and that's even true in the woo community. Most of them weren't born that way. That somebody said something that got them out of it, and
right.
It is it's these conversations, and I hate that Anthony and Reed aren't really producing content anymore, because it leaves like pretty much the atheist community in the line, showing people how to have conversations, and the way that their calls are structured isn't really conducive to showcasing conversations that people would actually have IRL.
Right.
So, I mean, and again, it's more important that you have the conversation if you're talking to people that are willing to have the conversation. They just don't want it taped. I mean, that's a greater, like more of a net positive than, trying to force a fake or a
scripted reality.
Like where they're not really being honest because they, or they're not having the conversation, because they're afraid to be on screen. So,
right.
No,
I was going to say something else about that. Yeah, there's no script, there's no agenda.
Yeah, you just like to have the conversation. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Doc, you said you had something coming up this week, right?
I do. I'm appearing on the Sunny Spot on Thursday.
Oh, nice.
With Dr. Ben Davis again. We're basically doing that like once a month now. And we're going to be talking about dark matter and dark energy. So I'm actually going to have to bone up on some of that. And so that's going to be great. And then on Saturday, I will be on Vandalia 1998's channel. And I just posted the link in chat to talk about with Landon Knoll and Ness. We will be doing episode 3, which is the 4th episode in the series because he started at 0. Of Before Earth, which is sort of like a mini series that we're doing where we talk about the history of the universe before and like leading up to the formation of Earth, ultimately. And so I think this will be our second to last episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this one is going to be covering from the like Dark Ages, which is like after the universe became transparent, but before there were any stars. Through stars forming and like galaxies forming and stuff like that. And it's going to cover from like 100 million years after the Big Bang to like around 9 billion years, because we're going to probably end it around when there was the transition to a dark energy dominated universe. So yeah, fun stuff.
Fun. Yeah. No, I'm going to try to be there. I've been working a lot. I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I started a new job, and it's been kind of grueling. So I've intentionally not been doing anything extra this month. But I have been, for those of you out there, especially like Mark and Ember, I love your shows every Saturday night. I know I'm not in the chat like typing and, but you really get me through like a couple of hours where I just need to listen to something in the background, and it's insanely helpful. So if you guys get to this part of the stream, and if you're not here now or listening back, thank you for all you do. And I don't know how the fuck Niddy like lost a sub during this. That's
I
interesting.
know, right?
But everybody, go to Niddy. Can we get Niddy's?
It's been all throughout the chat the whole stream.
Yeah, it's been Pragmatic definitely had it very recently. So
I know. No, go to Niddy's sub. Hit the sub button. Unless you've already hit the sub button, don't hit it again.
Right. No.
Maybe that happened.
Whatever you saw here tonight from me is what you get over at my channel.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Right. It's just how it goes. And like I said, I do try to welcome people on if they challenge me in the chat. I'm trying to tag more Christians or just Christianity, Islam, and atheism in my video titles in order to have more elicit more conversations and add the entertainment that way. And occasionally I do get guests on. I had Tyler Vela on.
You just had a guest. Was that yesterday or the day before? Something like that.
I had Michael Bell come on. He's a frequenter in our chats, and yeah. So
all right. And so sometimes I send everybody to Niddy's chat after the show.
Oh yeah, I do after shows to things too to have people come on.
But Niddy is here, so he's not doing an after show tonight. So in the side chat, the flavor is going to be starting in about 20 minutes. So I'll be over there, and again, I don't know if I'm going to be chatting or not. I'm going to be winding down, getting ready for work tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's where the party's at.
I had a blast, Maya.
So glad you came, Niddy. I love it when you're here. You're always very insightful, and especially with the biblical knowledge.
Ezekiel.
Tab, you got anything else to say before we?
I would love to have a conversation with Blessed be He.
She's got those kids, so I've never seen her actually be in that. But we also still told Caden that we do a Saturday stream.
Yeah, I'm in contact
someday,
with Caden.
Some non-April Saturday.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I am now in contact with Caden. So
awesome. All right, and what do you call it? The words of the great Triceratops: in intercellular trafficking is a felony. If I said that right. Good night, everyone.
That's Niddy.
I did it bad.